Release the crowd.
Yeah, in just a minute. I'm just going to make sure that this Zoom is working first.
It is being recorded, correct?
It is.
All right. Release the crowd.
Okay, so I think, yeah, in just a minute. I'm just going to make sure that this Zoom is working first.
It is being recorded, correct?
Good. I think we're live. And maybe somebody can confirm that. John, can you see if we're live on another tab on YouTube? Okay, we're good. All right, here we go. All right, so Eric, we're live, and we'll let everybody in.
All right.
Yeah, I checked it on the website.
Perfect.
All right, here comes the crowd. People are entering our Zoom meeting now. Great. Zoom, Zoom. Hi, Albert. Hi, Rob, John Milkey, Matt Talog, Jeannie. How's everybody?
All good, all good. Thanks for asking.
We survived 2020.
One for the books, for sure.
That was for sure. I don't know. In some ways it was the
Hey, Eric, how you doing?
A bitch.
I'm doing fine.
Good. Good to see you.
I see you. In some ways it was the longest year. In some ways it was the shortest year.
True.
I feel like Romper Room. I see you, Dave Simon. I see Barbara. And I see Marvin.
Hey.
Are you saying you were on the show once, Eric?
I was never on the show, Noah. But I did see first runs of those. I'm that old.
I had a childhood friend who was on that show, and he was all proud. And one day, somehow, his mom found footage of it, and he just stood there like a dork because he froze in front of the camera.
So you can use that against him.
Absolutely.
For sure. I think everyone's getting old to be an old pro at Zooming and everything else.
I thought you just said everybody was just getting old.
No. I'd never say that.
I love Zoom. We're talking committee meetings, PLCs, Eagle boards, project boards. It's fantastic.
It sure saves me a whole lot of travel time, I'll tell you that.
Well, attendance is way up too, you know?
Yeah, I did notice that as well when we were starting to have some of these other district meetings before it went down.
We had a Path to Eagle last Saturday with, I think, 1,670 in attendance.
That was great.
Yeah, that's just easy for people to get to, a Zoom meeting.
I listened in the whole thing and it was interesting and it was great.
I talk too much, Eric. I know that.
I'm not going to say that.
Well, it was an hour and a half before I knew it. I didn't realize it had gone that long. Mark, I apologize for hogging up some of your path to Arrow of Light time there.
That's a-okay. Well, what do you say, Eric? You want to get started here?
We can probably get ourselves going here. Okay, so everybody, your attention is requested. Please mute yourselves unless you're going to be talking at that moment. We encourage you to show your faces as well with a video screen. And we will begin our January roundtable as we do most of our scouting events with our pledge to the flag. If those that are in uniform may salute, and those that are not in uniform may place their right hand over their heart. And please repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Okay. Maybe next month we'll have a prayer also. All right. Our agenda quickly to run through. We shouldn't take too long this time around, but we'll have our welcome. We'll have some training update. We'll let you know about some training events that are coming up, as well as all of our other events coming up in the first half year of this of 2021. Going to talk a little bit about award nominations. It's award season, and we're not talking Academy Awards. We're talking Council and Unit Awards. Den meetings and Path to Eagle. There's a little tickler there for you there. And we'll talk about some opportunities for some merit badge classes and finish it off with some questions and answers. And maybe there might be a little bit of extra time at the end that we can kind of socialize a little bit and trade some pointers. As I mentioned, please mute your speaker. You can always enter questions or extra information into our chat bar at the bottom. We are recording our call. I do encourage you also to right click on your name and let us know along with your name what unit you're in. That helps us, and it can kind of let everybody know what units are out there. So you can do that as well, just by right clicking on your name on your video square. Okay. We will have some upcoming trainings beginning this year. Scoutmasters, any of those new Scoutmasters out there, or assistant Scoutmasters, you have to go to 2 dates. We'll split them up. Actually, it's a little bit easier to handle in two segments, January 19th and 21st. Both of them begin at 9, excuse me, not at 9 p.m., at 7 p.m. in the evening. So, and then you can get your Scoutmaster training. Also at the same dates are for venturing. So those that are interested in becoming venturing leaders, please attend those same ones. Information is on the training website. Cup leaders are coming up February 13th. So put that aside in your calendar as well. Okay. For questions about training, you can always talk to Michael Devine. He's Mr. Good Guy. All right, looking at our first half year of 2021. Hopefully some of this will become live at some point. And January is half done already. I can't believe it. Fantastic Path to Eagle discussion that we had on the 9th. I attended that. Thank you, Matt Warner. It was very informative, and my son's going to Path to Eagle right now. The training I spoke about, we'll have some information about Arrow of Light as well. We have a slide on that. And West Fair. You know what West means? It's not East, it's West. It's Weebelow's the transition. February, Scout Sundays is the 7th of February this year. For those religious events that are still going on, a lot of churches still have services, and so you can still participate in that. You can do it. Some of them are online, some of them are in person, some of them are in parking lots. I would encourage those units to try to make an effort to do that. Okay. And there's patches available that you can pre-order for that. Be the Change celebration, February 21st, and YPT training, live training, will be available February 23rd for all those that need renewals or actually new youth protection training. March, got some Edge training coming up. Yay, Edge training, train the trainer. That's what that is. And on the 20th, our annual awards and appreciation night, which we will discuss a little bit more about. April, spring aquatic season. Pinewood Derby season and Derby Championship season. That's what's going on in April. In May, Cub Wow. We'll tell you more about that. Family Adventure Day Part 2. We have some information about that tonight as well. And Order of the Arrows got their spring conclave on the 21st and 22nd. And June, Family Camp In. At this point, it's a camp in. We don't know if it's going to become a camp out at a certain point. Reserved June 12th, and summer season starts at that point. Okay. Webelo's West Fair. All right.
Mark, you want me to introduce that? It's Joe from Troop 134.
Yeah, sure. Joe, go ahead.
Go for it, Joe.
So to go along with the West Fair, why I want to talk about this is
how's this going to work?
So the West Fair is the typical West Fairs in the past have always been set up in person, and all the units would have their tables set up or their booths, kind of like a trade show type situation. And the Webelos are invited to come along and interview the troops. Unfortunately, we can't do it that way this year. So how we're going to be running it this year is the troop units are going to be asked to create a 1 to 2 minute video that we will be able to advertise to the packs, the Webelos and the packs first, and then we will set up times during 9 to 10 a.m. on Saturday, January 30th, where the troops will be live via their Zooms for the Webelos to come visit in person and ask particular questions that may have been sparked from the promo videos that were shot. So that's kind of an open house via Zoom. That about right, Mark?
That's right. That's it.
That sounds great. You got a little featurette from each one of the troops that are looking for Webelos crossovers, and then they can talk live. Great. Are they going to be able, if it runs a little bit long, are they going to be able to go past 10 o'clock?
I think that's going to be up to the units, huh?
Okay. All right. Great. Keep an ear out for that. Go to longbeachbsa.org and click down on the activities to West Fair, and all the latest information will be right there. Pinewood Derby. Rob, I saw you online. Tell us about Pinewood Derbies.
Unmute, Rob.
Yeah, coming in. All right.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Happy New Year, everyone. So Pinewood Derby is probably going to be a virtual event as it was last year. Our plan is to hold pack races the week before on April 17th, and unit races on April 17th and the championships on the 24th. The last Saturday of this month, which is actually the same Saturday as the West event, we're going to do our general speed clinic. However, we can't really have the scouts stay there as we cut the cars. So what we'll do is we'll have the templates online. Hopefully the packs are distributing the cars themselves. I know that there's 60 cars in stock at the scout shop. So if any packs need more cars, now's the time to get them. Templates can be found online. Mark will send out in an email blast the links to that, just making sure everything's set up. And we'll the committee will start talking to all the packs and see who needs help cutting, and they can drop their cars off. We'll do the cutting for them. So unfortunately, we won't have any assistance with axles and wheels this year, but it's kind of just the way it goes. The plan is to have 3 or 4 people, probably myself and Dave and Eric and Joe, maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out in our next meeting who's going to actually do the cutting. We will do the cuttings on site as possible, as time allows, and we'll have drop-offs for the younger scouts. from about 8:30 to 11. So that doesn't really overlap with West. Tigers, wolves, and lions, and then bears and webelos and AOLs, they can come in after from 11 to about 1:30. So we'll do it for about 5 hours at the scout shop. Again, there will only be adults there, and we'll have to figure out at our next meeting, we'll coordinate how we're gonna pick up the cars, make sure all the contact information is there, sanitarily delivered. Nobody should even be getting out of their vehicle, so we'll just pick them up. And, it should go straight forward, we hope.
Hey, Rob, are you going to have any fast passes available for those scouts that want to jump the line?
It's just dropping off. So I mean, the pickup, that might be a complication with things. So I mean, hopefully the ones that are dropped off in the morning, they could even be picked up probably later in the afternoon.
So the idea is that once they are cut, then they will be available at the scout shop afterwards, or
Correct.
at the scout offices.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll have to, set up some type of table or, something. I think Sandy has a cart that she puts stuff out on anyway, right? So.
Okay, so they can make the request for pickups. All right. Very good. Thank you, Rob. Family Adventure Day. Bob Colley, is he is Bob Colley in the house?
I'm here.
All right, Bob.
Oh, yeah. Family Adventure Day part 2 is being planned. You see the date, May 15th, a Saturday. We spent quite a bit of time last roundtable coming up with ideas. I appreciate all the ideas that were thrown out. I wrote them all down. I've got a whole page of new venues that you folks said that you wanted to go to. Many of them in San Pedro. So we'll be broadening our borders and having some fun. If you haven't driven over the new replacement bridge, I guess we'll be doing that. So we don't know what the situation is going to be come May, but I'm guessing it's going to be open back up and we're going to be able to go out and do this and make it happen.
Are you taking suggestions about locations and activities, correct? Still?
What was that now?
And you're still taking suggestions, right? Or
I am. I've got, I think we came up with 20 suggestions almost last month. So, it's quite a few. But if anybody wants to throw some ideas in the chat room right now, I'll write down any new ones, of course.
very good. Okay. Great, Bob. We'll keep you online for this next announcement.
Okay, so this is the biggie. It's a new one.
New
So
format.
December, it's not appreciation night. It's actually going to be held during the day. So in December, we got together, a lot of us, and we started planning the council calendar for 2021. And we got to the recognition awards dinners and such, and like, oh no, what do we do? So what we can do and what we decided to do, and we vetted fairly carefully, is we'd like to do a drive-in awards recognition event. It's not going to necessarily include food. You've probably seen or been to some of these events, drive-in comedy shows, drive-in concert in your car. There were even quite a few of the drive-in holiday shows. This is going to be an event held in a large parking lot. You'll come in your car. If it was held today, you would be staying in your car. We're hoping that on March 20th that you'll be able to get out of your car and sit in a lawn chair. We're going to have a stage, raised stage in the middle. We're going to have a jumbotron, a big LED video wall. Going to be carefully choreographed so that people can safely be recognized on stage, and you'll be able to see that. We're hoping to have some fun interactive events by March 20th that we can do. But again, we're going to do what we're allowed to do safely. You may have to stay in your car. And if so, we're going to make it like going to a drive-in show, but during the day. Ultimately, we want to have a really, really fun experience with this. And I think, Mark, were you going to do a survey having to do with this? Or are we good?
Yes, yes, it's coming up right now. You should see it on your screen. Is it coming up?
It is
Yes, it
coming
is.
up.
You want to discuss that because that's your deal.
Yeah, sure. So like Bob said, we have two options here. Of course, you know, if we're able to get out of cars, we'd love to do that. So you could let us know what format would you be most likely to participate in for this Awards and Appreciation Day? Would you be more likely to tune in from home, or do you think it would be a lot of fun to do kind of a drive-in style from your car?
Yeah,
So-
yeah, everybody understand that drive-in car, that's $50 per car. So if you had 5 people in your car, that's $10 a person. It's not $50 per person. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep. Yep. So far we're about evenly split here. We're about evenly split with the drive-in style taking the lead. So here we go. We've got more people chiming in here. This is great to see. We've got about
This is
28.
fun to watch. It's like a Pinewood Derby.
So
Yeah.
some of the interactive events that we may be having, if we're allowed to in March, and I think we may be able to, when you ask to do the hokey pokey, or how about the limbo? We have the OA and the tribe out there participating with some limbo sticks. If so, we'll play some limbo videos, get out of your car, and we'll all do the limbo together
Gotta have
while we're waiting for awards
12-foot poles.
presentation.
12-foot poles.
Yeah, they're going to be long poles, but we're gonna do our utmost to have fun.
Hey Bob, Joe Lopez wants to know if he can rent a party bus.
For the same $50?
Exactly.
Right? Yeah, per
Generally
vehicle,
limited
right?
to about 5 per car. Again, you know, we can't carpool at that point, and we don't know what we're going to be able to do in March. As of right now, we can't carpool, so it'll be one family in the car.
Well, thanks for participating. We did get about 32 responses with the drive-in taking a slight lead. So thank you everybody for your input on that. And Bob, I think we're good on that.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Thank you for everybody, and let's look forward to this. And some of you have been helping plan this, so I need your help. Let's get this thing put together.
Yeah, we will need an awards and appreciation event team.
Yeah, each unit should be coming up with their unit award of appreciation nominee. It's important that those people get recognized.
It really
District
is.
Award of Merits, Eagle Scouts, Silver Beavers, Summit Award, and some Sea Scout awards. So it's going to be everybody. It's going to be kind of a good undertaking, but we're going to do our best to make it efficient, make it fun. We want everybody to come out and recognize all these good folks that have worked so hard for our council.
So all of you PACs and troops, crews, ships, you gotta get those unit award of appreciation nominations in by January 31st, end of the month. Pick a person from your unit that you want to recognize as having done something above and beyond and helping out your unit become successful. So please bring those nominations in. We are also asking for you to nominate perhaps a district award of merit nominee, someone who's on a district level, or you know, from all of the PACs or from all of the troops that have done something significant for our council. So thank you, Bob, for going through that. All right, den meetings. Well, whoa, what happened? Okay, so some of our den meetings, some of the den meetings are still being held by our PACs, and we want to give a great shout out to those that are doing those, doing den meetings. But there are many PACs that have either folded or are struggling, and so we are also offering a combined den meeting for all scouts, all Cub Scouts that are in the Long Beach Area Council that might not be going to meetings, or that might not have an actual PAC to go to. This is beginning on next Monday, January 18th, where there will be virtual meetings on a weekly basis. Mondays will be Lions, Tuesdays will be Tigers, Wednesdays will be Wolves, and Thursdays will be Bears. And so this is a way for them to meet up virtually and with other Cub Scouts their same age, and they're going to be starting to go through some of those requirements, those adventures for the Cub Scouts. So that is great. Chris Casey is in charge of that.
I know Chris isn't able to join us tonight, but I think Albert's on the call. If Albert's out there, do you want to say a word on this, Albert?
Sure. Good evening. So I kind of helped Chris a little bit put this together, and essentially the council is starting a PAC, and it's going to be PAC 500. And the idea behind PAC, as Eric mentioned, is that there are some units and there are some families that maybe aren't getting together, or PACs that or families that just haven't been able to participate with their PAC for whatever reason. And so we want to have a place where those families and those scouts can continue to work on their rec advancement and either join this PAC or still stay registered to their own PAC and just come to the meetings. So there's going to be, if you're not in Cub Scouting, you would register in the PAC. If you are in Cub Scouting in another PAC, then essentially you would be participating in whatever the dues are for materials and things related to that particular program. We're kicking it off next Monday. I saw in the chat that people are asking what are the schedules and what are the belt loops being worked on. I will tell you, we're working quickly on that. And as soon as we know, we will, or as soon as we firm those up, we will publish those. I know some of you want to kind of pick and choose what activities we're going to offer, and rightly so. But as soon as they can put that schedule together, we will get that published. But we definitely want to provide an outlet for those families and for those scouts to continue to work on their advancements so they don't miss out on their year of program and their year at advancements.
Great. It will be fairly easy to join those meetings. They will be available on the web page. Again, you go to longbeachpsa.org, you go to the activities, and you go to Den meetings. Within that web page, you can click on the date and join the meeting immediately from there. So we've got meetings set up for the next 3 weeks already.
Thanks, Eric.
Next, our Path to Arrow of Light. Joe, Dana.
Yep, I'll take this one too.
All right.
So Matt Warner and Amy McCarty were kicking this idea around. I think Matt Warner's had this idea for a while to kind of have something similar to the Path to Eagle that he does for scouts that are second-year Webelos for Arrow of Light. So what we're doing, kind of similar situations with the dens, a lot of dens and PACs aren't meeting to help usher in these scouts who are in their last year of scouting in the club program to move on to BSA. We're going to hold a Path to Arrow of Light class series, basically. So this is going to help the Webelos to earn their Arrow of Light. They're all going to be virtual meetings. I'm setting up a team of instructors to run different adventures, the required adventures. The three that we're going to cover are Building a Better World, Scouting Adventure, and Outdoor Adventure. The Duty to God Adventure will be done, individually by the families. 3 meeting dates with a makeup week at the end for scouts that may have other conflicts. So the scouts will be divided up into dens or patrols. The patrols will then do a round robin each class session of the adventure, and by the end of the 3 weeks, they should be very close to covering all of those requirements. There are a couple that may need to be done as homework. They'll be assigned as homework, but the goal is to get these scouts to put whether they're first year Webelo 2s or they've been since they were lions or tigers. I guess I don't think we have any lions that have been around that long. Tigers, to make sure that they have the opportunity to earn that, even if their packs are at half pace or dark or whatnot. So, Mark, I believe there's these will be is that all done through Zoom, and I don't know how we're registering them. I don't know that information.
Yeah, we'll have on this activities tab on our website, like Eric mentioned, you can go to the drop down for Arrow of Light, and there will be Zoom links posted on that page.
There you go. Any questions? My email address is there, goodchurn134@gmail.com. Get the word out to your units, please.
And it's free.
It's free.
All right. Merit badges. Let's move up to the troop level now. Okay, merit badges. Got a lot of merit badge counselors out there that could help in promoting a merit badge class, mostly by Zoom, but perhaps something that's done in multiple media. We wanted to know from you all which types of merit badges you are most interested in. Some of them are very common, and there's a lot of merit badge counselors out there that do the same thing, but here's a list of some of the ones that may not be so common. And let's start your polling, everyone. See which ones. I think you can click on more than one. And,
and I'll chime in on that too as well, Eric. Yeah, this should be a multiple choice. So hopefully we can arrange some virtual classes for those merit badges that have the most votes. So far, oceanography seems to be pretty popular, which of course was with the aquarium. Astronomy is coming up there, which would be pretty cool to do from Camp Talkwitz. Maybe we can get some people up at camp and show you some things from up there. Genealogy seems to be pretty popular. So keep those votes coming in. And again, this will help us line some classes up in the next couple weeks, and we'll let you know what nights of the week and what times those will be available. So the votes are still coming in. We've heard from about 28 people so far.
Right.
And yeah, astronomy is looking popular. Oceanography as well. Chemistry, genealogy, fantastic to see. So so thank you for chiming in on that.
Great. Well, this is a great segue because I saw that oceanography was popular. Our next slide, the next thing we're going to talk about is an oceanography opportunity to from our Long Beach Aquarium of the Pacific. So 2 sessions, February 17th, and the next session 2 weeks later. No, it's actually the next week, right? The next week, February 24th. Learning about all different kinds of oceanography. I didn't even realize it was so diverse. So it is limited to the first 25 scouts. Mark, how do you sign up for that?
That will be coming out very soon. In the beginning of next week, we will put an announcement out on our Facebook page first, and then in next Thursday's email, a week from today, if there's any spaces left, we will also post the link as well. Now, here's the key, is with this oceanography badge, because it's in partnership with the Aquarium of the Pacific, all the registration is done through the aquarium, and it's not through our website. So so just note that this is all done through the aquarium, and this is really exciting. It was sold out the first time, which actually starts tonight. So actually it was earlier today. The first group of 25 scouts kicked off their class, so we will get a report on how that went. But because it was so popular, the aquarium came back to us and said, you know what, we have a date for February that we'd like to open up for another 25 scouts. So so get in there as soon as we put that out there on Facebook first, and check the email next week.
Is this offered only to our council, or is it open to others?
This is actually open to anybody. So it's kind of first come, first serve. We only announce it to our people, but we do have people from other councils who subscribe to our materials. So yeah.
Mark, this is Joe Downer. My son was actually in that class today. He had a really good time. He's really looking forward to the next class. So it's been they must be doing a good job over there.
My grandson was on it too. He just had a great time. Very good class.
That's fantastic to hear. So yeah, great to hear those experiences, and look for that coming at the beginning of next week.
Okay. I did have some related questions in the chat about having someone to sign off on that actual oceanography badge. I think we'll have to look into the merit badge counselor to, or be able to do that.
So so I can actually answer that, Eric. I do know that the aquarium will be giving us a list of scouts who participated and what requirements. And Chris Macy, who's our director at the Sea Base, will be entering those requirements into Scout Book. So so Chris has graciously agreed to pinch hit for us there as the aquarium instructors actually go over the material.
Great. And then there may be some additional requirements that have to be cleaned up at the end, right?
Right.
Okay, got it. Also, we do have a lot of merit badge counselors that are qualified for Eagle merit badges. So for those scouts that are looking to are interested in Eagle required merit badges, reach out. Matt Warner has the list. You can also go on the web page or website, take a look. Okay. All right, now we're into January. The holiday season is over and our office is now open and the scout shop is now open. Generally speaking, it's open Monday through Friday. Curbside is available 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. With the exception of a couple of national holidays for Martin Luther King, I believe, and President's Day. So there's lots of stock. I do recommend you purchase your scout items from our scout shop instead of going online if you can. Helps us out, and you don't have to pay the delivery charge. So as we wrap up, we have some time left. I'm going to open the forum up and find out from you what is on your mind. If there's questions that you want to have answered, you've got a lot of resources that are on this call right now.
So Eric, to kind of start things off, if Matt Warner's on the call, there was a question about Eagle required merit badges. And Matt had some suggestions on how scouts and leaders could check for Eagle required merit badge counselors.
Well, there is a procedure to go through, COVID or no COVID, where the scout will check with their scoutmaster or unit leader. So if they're in a venturing crew or on a ship, and that person will provide names for a counselor for the merit badge. The scoutmaster may have somebody they know, somebody that's close to home, close to where the troop meets. And so the scoutmaster is giving permission, so to speak, for the scout to call that person and ask if they can counsel the badge. And if they say yes, the scout will write information down on their blue card and present that to the scoutmaster or unit leader. And then that leader will sign the card saying, yes, proceed and work on this merit badge. And that's the procedure that we do all the time, regardless of the COVID restrictions. So same procedure, although some of that's done online now or
for
emails.
For what you mentioned on the blue card, you can do that online as well through Scout Book, and then the unit leader will be able to sign off on it that way.
Mm-hmm. So the unit leader has the counselor list.
Okay.
And Sandy has done a fantastic job at providing that to all of us.
Yes, and encouraging us to become merit badge counselors.
That too.
All right. Somebody's got something on their mind, they can unmute themselves or put it into the chat. It's great to see you, all our bright, shiny faces, even though it's not in person.
Can I get a couple of dates that I missed? One of them is the 1 to 2 minute video for the West Fair, which would be the introduction video that the troop would present to send out. When was the deadline on that?
That's the 23rd. So if we can have those videos a week in advance, the event's the 30th, and we'll post those the 23rd. If that's a challenge, then anytime that week, you send it over to me, to us here at the office, and we'll get those posted.
Thank you, Mark. And then the other one was for the Pinewood Derby to bring the blocks in for the cuts. What was the date on that?
That's going to be Saturday, January 30th, and we'll shoot out an email blast. It'll be hopefully from 8:30 to about 1:30 or 2.
Thank you, Rob.
Hey, Rob, for the larger packs, my understanding is that we can make arrangements to have Pinewood the council's Pinewood Derby track for use for those larger packs of.
For any pack, we'll run races for any pack that needs it. We might, if we get a number of smaller packs, we will probably maybe combine them. We'll keep them separate. But this week, the committee and I will be contacting all the Cub Scout packs that we talked to last year. If there's been any additions or any deletions, I'll want to get that updated. But we'll talk to all the leaders again and find out what we can do.
Hey, Rob, while you're spotlighted there, two other questions Derby related for you. And the first question is January 30th the only drop-off day for the Derby clinic? And then the second question is, do you have any design spec requirements and rules that we can post?
Yeah, the committee hasn't even met yet this year, but I suspect we'll approve the same rules and regulations that we did last year, which was basically you got to use only the parts in the box that it comes with. So no aftermarket wheels or anything like that. So we'll post those rules, which will be for the council championships. The packs themselves can use whatever rules they want. However, just realize when it comes to the council, these are the rules that are going to be followed. And the drop-off date, we've got Dave Bridges will cut a car anytime you want him. So
yeah,
we would
fairly
prefer
flexible.
that it all happens on one day, but in years past we have run two of these. So pending how the turnout is, maybe we can run another one in February if the council agrees.
Yeah. If there's enough interest, then we can definitely do that. And Rob, we still have some Pinewood Derbies that raced in this last year's race that need to be picked up, and so we're going to make arrangements so that those scouts can get those Pinewood Derbies back to them.
So all the cars that weren't picked up, the trophies that are remaining, and of course all the patches. There's at least a dozen or so that was there 3 weekends in a row, and unfortunately I wasn't able to contact everybody. So yes, I'm gonna package them all up, get them to the scout shop tomorrow, and I'll be sending out emails as well to those with cars to schedule with Sandy to just come and pick them up at the scout shop next week sometime. So
very good.
Thank you.
Matt, this might be a question for you. There's a question that in Scout Book, I get notifications when a scout is contacted by a counselor. Do I need to act on that, or is that just letting me know?
You know what? I am not so familiar with Scout Book, so I am sorry I can't answer that question. They are being contacted by a counselor that their scout has been working with, I assume.
Hey, Mark, this is Tom. I can answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it, Tom.
Anytime the counselor does anything on Scout Book with the scout, it's going to notify the unit leader, like myself. Sometimes we have to act on it. It could be it's a completion, or it could be that they just started the merit badge. So it just depends on what is actually happening with the counselor and the scout. So what I recommend is always check it.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it gonna let me know that I need to do something? All the ones I've gotten are just.
It doesn't let you know. It doesn't let you know, unfortunately. It just tells you something happened.
Okay, I think most of them are just like first contact.
Yeah.
Generally, you can go right back into Scout Book. If you're getting 2 notifications, it's probably because you are the same contact for both the child and the parent.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, we have some music interlude here.
So I think we covered everything in the chat there, Eric. Just unless anybody has any other questions.
This is Mark Bosak from 224. I just had a question about the West Fair. So, oh great! I just spilled my water all over myself. My question is, so it's going to start out as a Zoom meeting, and are you going to have breakout rooms? So like whoever's participating from 224 will be on a breakout room?
So every troop is going to have their own Zoom link. So we're going to post all of those Zoom links on the West Fair page, which is up and running right now. And as soon as troops have that Zoom link for 9 o'clock in the morning, we'll post that, and anybody can click between 9 and 10 to jump in and out of any troop meetings they want to visit during that hour.
Okay.
So that's when they'll be available to speak live. Then there's also a YouTube link for a pre-taped type of message or marketing thing for the troops that you can click on ahead of time, and that's all on the webpage. So there's no single, gather everybody together and then we're going to break out. No, not like that.
Okay. So everyone participating obviously will just be on the one link we have. And so we're creating that link, or you're sending us that link?
No, you
go to multiple links and it'll be on the web page for.
Okay, so they can come into our meeting.
No, there's no one meeting. You would start a Zoom meeting with the troop of your choice, and then you can start it. And you can go to another Zoom meeting for another troop if you'd like.
Okay.
Is that clear?
I think so.
Yeah, use your own Zoom accounts.
Right.
They're using their own Zoom accounts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so there's the layout for all the various troops. You'll be able to click on those Zoom meetings and then go directly to their troop.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
Kind of like an open house at your school. I know that I've participated in those where you click on the teacher's Zoom account and then they will tell you about what's going on in their class.
Okay.
I'm sorry, just to be clear, we have to set up our own Zoom account for the West Fair and then we tell you what the access is?
For those troops that are organizing, yes.
Okay.
And Rob can, or sorry, not Rob, but Mark can also actually help you too if you need help in any setup for that.
Yeah, so John, you would just send us your Zoom link for 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we'll post it, and people can join whenever they'd like.
Okay.
So you can pick who you want to do the setup within your troop. Whoever's good at that.
No problem. No, I get.
So the
Sure,
boys are
you're
just
setting
hanging
it
out
up.
in Zoom. The boys are just hanging out in a Zoom room, waiting for people to come knock on their door.
Yes.
Okay. And then
But
you said
hopefully they have something to talk about.
You said they're also making a video ahead of time.
There's an option and an opportunity for them to make a video ahead of time, and it'll be posted on a YouTube link.
And Kelly, the thinking behind that intro video is that it may not be possible for every Webelos or every Cub Scout to take a look at all 15 troops we have, let's say,
right.
During that hour. So by posting this intro video a week in advance, then our scouts will have an opportunity to view all those and perhaps choose maybe 3 or 4 that they want to look at during that hour.
Okay. Like if you're doing a career fair at your high school.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mark, you want to touch on the free Zoom accounts that may only be limited to 40 minutes versus an hour if some troops don't have a Zoom account already?
Well, I know that there's one workaround that you can do. If you have a free account and it's 40 minutes only, and it bails on you after 40 minutes, you can restart it again. And then you just have to log in back again to that same account.
Or if you can find someone in your troop that one of the parents is a teacher or something like that, that you can piggyback off of what they can set up through their work site.
Yeah, there's teachers' accounts, and then there's also people that might be in your unit that have paid accounts that are available and are willing to set up a Zoom meeting for longer than 40 minutes.
Rob, you had a question?
More like just a statement. If there's any Cub leaders or parents in here that are interested in learning how the council handles the Pinewood Derby, in our committee, there's a lot of talent, there's a lot of experience, and we're welcome to have anybody. Send us your best and your brightest, or send us your inexperienced and just want to learn more and help your pack out. So
Yeah.
please.
And that talent and that layout and the format can apply to many different kinds of events, not just a Pinewood Derby. So
And I assume that there'll be a Pinewood Derby category or collection of the kids that you are doing through the troop or through the council, the ones that don't have their own separate, sorry, I use troop pack. The ones you're doing the council-wide pack meetings, they'll have their own race.
yes, there's an open race. There's an open race that for those scouts that where their packs are not participating in a.
Okay,
in a
good. I think that's a really neat idea to have that virtual pack meeting for the kids that just can't get to the that can't get there. I think that's cool.
Yeah, and so if we're establishing a pack 500 for a council-wide pack, we might have a Pinewood Derby race for that pack too. That might be kind of fun. Camp cards. Question about camp cards, Mark.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, I thought it was, here we go. So we're figuring that out. And Rachel, that's a good question. The short answer is that we're looking at virtual options, whether it's camp cards or popcorn. The reality is that we had a bunch of camp cards come in the office last year, and about the week after they delivered, everything was shut down. So we realized that selling camp cards in person is difficult, if highly unlikely. So if we can find a virtual option on that, which the card company is making right now, we'll let you know about that. There also is an option on Trails End Popcorn that they've set up a spring online fundraiser that they typically don't do in the spring. They only do it in the fall. So
did anyone do the fall one and have success with it?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We had about 10 different units sell popcorn in the fall. And so what we're thinking is that in our February roundtable, this is sort of a heads up or a preview for our next month's roundtable. One of the topics of interest is fundraisers and how packs and troops can raise money so that you can recoup maybe some lost costs over the last year, and also raise some money for upcoming events in the event if and when things open up.
So, and then Mark, there was a question ahead of that from Jen asking about how do you submit your nominations for your unit award?
Yeah, we'll have the, I need to double check if the form's posted or not, but there'll be a form up there, and then you can just email it us here at the office, either to me or to Sandy.
Okay, pretty simple.
Yep.
Usually we have a web page that's just devoted to unit awards of appreciation. In the past, it would go back to the district, but in this case, this year, it'll go to the council. Submit them to the council. All right. I do know that several troops have been doing virtual campouts. I know our troop 371's done at least 2 where you plan events for the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then you hop on Zoom calls. You have activities to be done while you're not on the Zoom call. I wanted to hear from other troops if they've done the same thing and what pointers they may want to give us for those that have done it. Any of those troops out there? Got anybody from 134?
Hey, this is Matt. How you doing, Eric?
Hi, doing fine, Matt.
Yeah, so I think, we make the best of what we have. So we do have, I think we've had 3 virtual meeting. We're actually having one this MLK weekend, which is actually in 2 days. And what we found out was that the idea is, the kids are, so what we're emphasizing more is able to have the kids do more outdoor stuff. So it really does matter what kind of event you run. So this weekend is we have two Webelos that are checking us out. So we decided we'll have a team of Webelos and they're going to go over what's needed. And the thing is, and I just realized is, so our campfire starts out with a flag ceremony. We recite the Scout oath. We talk about our slogan. And if you look at the area of light requirements, check, 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 and check, right? So I think that's what, bring the kids in. And then we have activities that are more outdoor kind of stuff. We find that they're just not going to stay on. 30 to 40 minutes is our max on the Zoom. So what we'll do is we'll introduce a topic and then we'll let them go out and do what they need to be done. And then we'll come back and check with them in about an hour and a half. So we find that our troop does love a lot of cooking. So we do that. So they do have a challenge of, there's a challenge that's going to be coming up this weekend, which is, our chair always does is the slice thing where you introduce 5 different items and then we allow the kids to come up with something with that. So that's been a popular with our troop. And then we're going to introduce Scout Sunday, a little, actually interfaith service, to be correct. So again, I think it's what you put in, whether they'll come or not, they seem to want to come if you keep it simple. I don't like having, again, trying to plan out what it is. Our tradition this time is the MLK weekend. The troop normally goes to Joshua Tree. Obviously, we can't do that. Yeah. So I think the theme is going to
bring the tree back into you.
Well,
bring the mountain to Mohammed. So
my background is going to be Joshua Tree, at least on the Zoom call.
Okay, you can Zoom call your background. Okay, great. Yeah. And logistically, Matt, do you keep the same Zoom call information for the entire weekend, or for the entire, and they keep hopping back onto the same Zoom?
Yeah, Eric, we set it up as a recurring event that lasts 23 hours. So the Zoom call it starts at 6 a.m. and runs until 5 a.m. Then a new recurring event starts. So it's the same login information for the 3 days. We have a breakout room set up for every patrol so they can do their patrol time and hang out together when they're eating. And we have, breakout rooms set up for when we do our skill sessions. We have one for knot tying, one for first aid. So when that way we just filter, we have 20 breakout rooms set up. And
that's pretty elaborate.
Yeah, and I'm usually the one moving everybody around. But what we found is it's like Matt said, the kids don't want to sit there for 8 hours. So it's usually you meet up, we do things like, okay, go out for an hour, pick up trash for an hour and go for a hike. Come back with your bag of trash, it's service hours, right? Go do a scavenger hunt. We're getting really good with digital stuff like Jeopardy. There's all kinds of online Jeopardies you can do, online chess, online stuff like that to give the kids something to do. So we make it fun filled.
I did a fun virtual poker game too. That's right. One you can do. Everyone listen in, because there's some good pointers going on if you want to do some virtual camping.
Well, one last thing, Eric. And again, I recommend every troop to invest on the Zoom. I mean, I know
$15 a month.
It's I don't know how easy it is for us to do what we can do now. We don't have to worry about again, the borrowing thing or getting stuff. It's an investment that I think the troop decided that it was a good thing to have. And again, when there's we do it for Scoutmaster conferences, we do it for patrol meetings. So
there's we have at least 9 Zooms going in a week.
Right.
Patrol meetings, PLCs.
Patrol meetings, PLC meetings, regular full troop meetings.
Yeah.
Special events and all the rest. Yeah, if you have an active troop, you're busy.
Well, I think that's how you have an active troop. But you have to have that medium for them to be able to be active. And if you don't have a Zoom, how do you reach out to your people? And so that, as well as having an email, we use Shutterfly on ours, and then we have another one that's for everybody else.
And it means for getting that information out, whether it is Shutterfly or it's some other type of.
Even Scoutbook is really great. You can email everybody in your
email. Scoutbook. Yep. Yeah. Oh, great. Rachel, I don't know if you wanted to chime in. I know that you had a chat item about doing virtual campouts and cooking.
Yeah, we on a couple of the different virtual campouts, the scouts planned the food, cooked it, and brought it to the other families by bike.
By bicycle, wow.
Oh.
Don't even have to do Grubhub, huh?
No, they need the exercise. So they did that. They did breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days and a snack at night.
Excellent.
So in my troop, that's an extra credit. If they can somehow get it to the Scoutmaster, they get 10 extra points towards.
Hey, there's a good incentive right there.
But they came up with some things. They've done cleaning up the trash, doing hikes. We did a scavenger hunt we have a pack and a troop that are both very small, but the troop people set up a scavenger hunt for the pack kids around the neighborhood, kind of. It started at our temple and then went all over the place and had some little prizes for them. So it got them to set it up ahead of time, and then they kind of watched from a distance as the other kids went around and got all the little prizes and stuff. So it allowed them to be creative.
That's nice. That's nice. I know that PAC 371's done a couple of virtual campouts too. Similarly, I don't know, John, if you wanted to.
Yeah. This past weekend we had a virtual campout, and I think this is a perfect timing to have virtual camping because you can do kind of a microcosm of West Fair where you can have like a scouting adventure program for Webelos 2 Scouts, for either siblings of the Troop Scouts or otherwise other Webelos 2 Scouts, just to come in and learn about Scout badge requirements. You can have your younger Troop Scouts go through a trail to Tenderfoot just to get them caught up in ranking and things before those new crossover scouts come through. Certainly you can employ some merit badge opportunities. You can still do a campfire program where you can ask your troop scouts to share their gifts and talents. We had some great run-on skits as well, some songs, some live campfires. Just spending time outside is wonderful. Again, the cooking that was mentioned, just camping in your backyard, and certainly to consider to do duty to God with the interfaith or Scout Zone to wrap things up. So yeah, we had the pleasure of doing that this past weekend. It was very successful, and I'd encourage the other troops to just be brave, and it'll come together. Rely on your troop scouts to lead the way, and your troop scouts will employ their edge methods for those younger scouts to get things done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Barbara, you want to mention anything? Hi, Barbara.
Hi, sorry.
No problem. Get some good ideas there for camp out weekends.
Yeah, our troop, actually one of our members took a lot of time and developed a checklist, and she had activities that kind of fell into all the different, at least one that fell into a lot of the different merit badges and things like that for all the different age groups. And some of them were, identify 10 different trees in your neighborhood. There was a cooking activity. They had to spend the night outside in the backyard in a tent. We did it over summer. And then there was a whole, astronomy. There was where you had to go out and every night draw the phases of the moon for that week. Actually, it was a whole week. It was the week that we would normally go to Talklets. And so, and there was identifying certain constellations. So she had something for everybody in there. And the scout that fulfilled the most, the parents had to sign off on it. So the scout who fulfilled the most got a prize. And then the patrol who, as a group did the most, they also got a prize.
These are great ideas, and you can apply them any which way. And the idea is to keep it active, keep it busy, get outdoors if you can, keep that scout spirit going for all of that. We need to continue to do that. Tap into the talent that you have from your parents and your scout parents, and see if they can help contribute to that camp out activity or to that event. Makes your job easier, of course, but it's going to also open up something that these other the scouts have never even been exposed to before. So absolutely great ideas, guys. with that, I think I'm going to call it a wrap. It's a little after 8 o'clock. It's been an hour that we've been speaking. If there's any last minute things, Mark, I'm going to give you a last word.
Nope, no last words for me. I think we're good. Thank you everybody for participating. Great information, and we'll look forward to more emails and more links coming out. We'll see you next month.
See you next one.